Hey everyone, welcome back to Shorty's Toy Box here. We're going to go ahead and show you how to do something that I don't see too many people talk about on how to do. So here we are. We got ourselves a couple 3¼ inch vintage GIjoes. We got Big Bear and we have Serpentor in pieces just to show you. His piece is already broken. But yeah. And then we have a nice packet of O-rings because we're gonna repair these guys, make them stand up like they used to. Serpentor might be a little issue because of the crotch piece, but here, let's just go over the pieces real quick. What you're gonna see when you open up one of these, and then we'll go into that. So first of all, the vintage GIjoe line, it's based on the legs are held together by this little crossbar. So you have the legs. They bend like that, but then you have this little crossbar with a hook. Now, one of these rings, I'm just going to take it out one out real quick. Connects right to the hook, goes through the waist, and then on the inside here, you're going to see a peg. Once we get to that step, we'll really show you. But the head and the arms are actually just lying in there. We're going to start with Big Ben over here. Notice he's floppy. You can see his O-ring has all but... it actually just came apart on me. But anyways, one thing to be careful when you are disassembling them is that this O-ring does not crack the crotch, because these crotch pieces are actually delicate. But first off, when you look at the back, there's a little screw. It's going to be right in that compartment. So you're just going to take a tiny screwdriver. I've got a tiny Phillips head screwdriver. You're just going to give it a couple turns. We're going to remove it. Just like this. Yep, there we are. And then all you do from here, pull the chest apart. And then pull the pieces apart. As you can see, this is the old O-ring. Notice it's all stretched out. It's seen better days. But here's the mechanism inside that I was telling you about. I'm going to use this. This is actually the front of the chest. So you want to be careful not to mess up with these holes, because you're also on the back piece. You got a couple pins. This is what holds everything together. You see the slot for the head, and the slot for the arms, and then that's the waist hole where the O-ring is going to come out. Now, best way to do this, and there we go. Just pulled the legs out. Got the waist piece. So his legs are actually in much better condition than Serpentor's. He's actually pretty tight. So we're going to see the old one. Get rid of it. Don't need it anymore. Maybe just pre-stretch it out just a tiny bit. This might give you a little elasticity when maneuvering it. Then we're going to straight go in the hook. So now you're hanging the legs by the hook and the O-ring. Next thing, you're going to feed this O-ring through the waist piece so that the hook comes right up. Just pull it straight. And again, be careful, because you don't want to snap the crotch piece, or else you end up with Serpentor's crotch, where his is broken. But you could see right there, it goes straight in there. Next, you're going to take the back piece, insert the center peg on the back piece, that big part right there, through the O-ring. I like to pull it back a little bit. Just helps with the tension. Push the O-ring down on it. We're already almost halfway there, yeah. Now, the arms. Make sure you get the arms to go the right way. Remember, thumbs are going to face inwards if he's staring at you. So You just place the arms. I may do some editing on this because sometimes this can be frustrating, especially on ones where the arm is kind of worn down a little bit, but you see it's got that little plug. It just goes straight in that little slot there. And all you're doing is getting it in there so it stays. Now the head. Yep, see what I mean? Like I said, I'm going to edit some of this stuff out because sometimes that... But the head just goes right there. Neck facing forward. His neck's a little fat, I'll be honest. Let's go ahead and get the arms all set. There he is, halfway. And then we get the chest piece. All right. Here's the fun part. You lock the arms, the head. So now you got the O-ring replaced in there. Squeeze the chest tight. You're going to want that. You're going to want to reseal that. Big Ben's head's always going to be a little loose for me. Just that's the way that this one came out. And then just reverse engineering, just like you did to get it apart. Take the screw straight down in the hole and go until you're tight. You don't want to over tighten it because you don't want to strip it. But there he is. He's brand new 3/4 inch GI Joe. Well, not brand new, but his limbs all work the way they're supposed to. Now I'm going to do it with Serpentor. Serpentor is going to take a little bit more work. Yeah, you could actually see some of the dirt. This was bought used, so don't expect perfection. But this is a great way you could start cleaning up your old vintage GI Joes. Restore some of them that had the floppy legs. There it is. There's the screw. As I said, he's got a little rust going on with him. I don't know if you could see that. But we're going to take his chest cavity apart. And it's okay to pry it off just a little bit. Just like that. And we're in luck. There's no other real damage, but you see, he's got the two arms. Good condition arms. He's got his head. He is missing fangs on the top of his helmet. And then we got the legs and the crotch piece. And here is the back piece with the peg. So, like I said, I'm going to grab another. He doesn't have an O-ring at all because we got him loose like this. But stretch it out just a little bit. I'm going to just like that, through the crotch piece. Sometimes, if you need, you could do that. Just to help you get a whole handle of it, especially in this case where the crotch piece is gone. Again, I start with the back, put the O-ring through, kind of bend it back, push it all the way down. So then that way, kind of using the tension, the body tension to hold that O-ring in place on that peg while you manipulate it. Here's one arm. Two arms. I could already tell he's still going to have his head. I see one problem he's going to have. The part of the neck cradle just broke off in my hand. So be careful with some of these older figures. Some of them are dry rotted. Some of these figures are coming up on, hate to say it, 40 years old. But see what happens when you just let it loose? You kind of lose the waist tension. All right, and as you can see, we are back to this point. I'm holding his chest together because I still haven't put this little tiny screw back in. So we're going to put the tiny screw back in. Just tighten that up. And look at that. Serpentor has a waist again. He is now a freestanding figure. Well, not quite. This one's knees are really loose. But for as as for everything else, like and subscribe down here below. We're going to try and do more videos like this, teaching you how to repair some vintage toys. I've got some Transformers to fix up. But yeah, tell us who your favorite G.I. Joe is. Tell us hi. Tell us anything. Code word purple. It doesn't really matter what you say. But just go ahead and say hi to us. And we'll be back next time with more toy reviews, toy hunts, everything else that you can think of toy-wise. Shorty's Toy Box, signing out.